All right, I think we're live now, guys. Now, first of all, I want to give a big shout out to Alan Willis. He'll definitely be on this feed because he always is. I just did a really, really cool interview with Alan. Now, Alan, if you're on this and you're watching, just give us a hello so everyone can go check it out. He's just posted it up. He's just streamed it live to Facebook. He's doing some really, really cool things. We've coached Alan for many years. He's been a part of the community for many years, and I'm just a really big fan of what he's doing and where he's going. He's had a heap of bullshit, and he was actually one of the inspirations for this live. Now, on this live, guys, this is going to be for you if your head does not stop running, if your brain is constantly going 24/7, 365, if when you put your head down to go to sleep, your head's still running, if you wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning, your head's still running, you're constantly thinking, overthinking, worrying. Now, I used to get this a lot. In fact, sometimes I still do when I don't control my nervous system properly. But the reason why this is happening is because you just got a lot on your plate, right? You've got work, which is going on. You've got relationships, which are going on. Perhaps you're having arguments with the missus. Perhaps you're not as close with your kids as what you'd like to be. Perhaps you're getting unhealthy and you know it and it's starting to stress you out. But maybe your heart's being a little bit funny. Maybe you're just not where you used to be and you don't feel comfortable with that. If that's the case and that's what's going on, this is going to be for you. By the way, see, we've got Jimmy Palmer. Welcome, Jimmy. Jimmy's another one of the guys I've worked with for many years, and I think you can probably relate to this, Jimmy. In fact, I think all business owners can relate to this. And by the way, guys, if you're on right now, please just say a little hi and let me know if this makes sense to you or if you get it. And if so, when does it piss you off? Like, when does your brain constantly going? Like, when does it actually get to you? I'd be really, really curious to hear from you guys. And also, too, guys, these lives, right, they're two ways. It's not just here for me to fucking pontificate and mentally masturbate, right? It's here to help you. So please, just if you have problems, you have questions, ask them and I'll just answer. Stevie Thomas, welcome. Sam Birch, good to have you on, dude. So guys, what we're going to run through, right, is I'm going to run you through one of the easiest ways to fix this, right? It's actually very, very simple. I've done it thousands of times. I've done this on myself. I've done this on many, many other people. So back a few years ago, I was running my business and things were growing really, really well, but I was just constantly working. I was just constantly thinking. I used to wake up in the middle of the night with imaginary clients who I hadn't responded to. I had all these things going on in my head where like, fuck James, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to submit your tax, you got to get this for the accountants, you got to pay this employee, you got to do all this sort of stuff. And my head was just constantly going, and no matter what I did, I just could not get it to stop. I tried like scrolling on my phone before bed. I started like watching movies before bed to like switch my brain off. I started like doing heaps of things like before bed just to try and get myself to switch off. I would punch a heap of this stuff called phenibut. I was a big fan of it at the time, not so much now. But phenibut or phenylaminobutyric acid, what it does is it's an inhibitory neurotransmitter and it slows down our brain. It increases GABA in our brain. I used to take that. It's like just taking a sleeping pill every single night. And some of you guys can probably relate to this. You've probably been there too. And really what we're doing by doing that is we're dodging the root of the issue. The root of the issue is the nervous system. And until you start looking after that, no matter how much you distract yourself, no matter how much you tranquilize yourself, you're not actually going to get it better, right? And with the nervous system, what I'm referring to is the autonomic nervous system, specifically like between the parasympathetic and the sympathetic, the rest and digest and the fight or flight. If you move into fight or flight, if you move into stress and your brain starts operating too fast, you're not going to be able to slow it down until you get it back into rest and digest. Does that make sense? Like that's the number one thing that we need to do. So first of all, what we need to do in order to get it back into rest and digest is we need to remove things which are causing us to be in fight or flight. Kind of makes sense, right? Because if we're susceptible to being in fight or flight, if we have something go wrong, well, and if we have a stress, if we have a bill that we can't pay, if we have a mortgage, if the bank's on our ass, if our clients are being fucking difficult, or if our customers are being a pain in the ass, or our employees are playing up, or whatever it is, if we don't get on top of it, those little things which go wrong are going to send us off over the edge and going to get that head running a million miles an hour. So first of all, there's a couple of things we need to get rid of. Number one, get rid of fucking stimulants. We are so overstimulated in this society, it's not funny. Fuck them off, right? No more coffee, no more caffeine pills, no more V, no more of that crap. Get rid of it all, okay? You will instantly feel better. One of my guys, Ryan, who's just started working with us, phenomenal guy, really, really brilliant. He said he's been off coffee for 2 weeks, right? He hasn't missed a thing. Like, he doesn't feel any worse for being off it in the mornings, but also in the afternoons and the evenings, when normally he'd be exhausted, he feels primed now and he's still crushing his days. Go do it. Less anxious, less stressed, sleeping better. Everything gets better when you just get rid of that stuff, all right? Second thing, get rid of all the shit food. There's something called the gut-brain axis. Your gut talks to your brain. Whenever your gut is upset, your brain won't be happy, okay? Whenever your brain's upset, your gut won't be happy. So what we do is we control our food. Get rid of the alcohol, right? Get rid of the shitty drugs. Get rid of the fucking shitty food. Get rid of the gluten. Get rid of dairy. Get rid of all that sort of stuff and you'll instantly feel better. If you go back to eating just meat and vegetables, I guarantee you'll feel literally instantly way better, okay? The next thing, the third and final thing is get rid of the excessive supplements. Every single time you take a supplement, your liver has to process it. If you're stressed, your liver's already processing that bullshit too. I won't get into that today. It's a Chinese medicine thing, but it's really fucking true. Your liver's already overburdened. It has to detoxify so much shit. So stop putting so much stuff into it. Keep it really simple with your body. Don't have artificial sweeteners because your body has to process it out. Don't have all this processed crap because your body has to process it out. Keep it simple, keep it basic, keep it easy. Now with this one, this is probably one of the more easily debated topics that I have. More so because I haven't gone into the full Chinese medicine background of it, because I could fucking talk for hours about that. But there's one thing that I've learned over the years is that if you go against the Chinese, right, they generally win. All right, particularly when it comes to the medicine. I'm not just talking about their nuclear weapons, right? But if you go against the Chinese and their medicine, right, and you go against traditional Chinese medicine, you lose. And your life will immediately be worse off for it, okay? Now, the final thing in terms of what you do need to do, look after your nervous system, care for your nervous system. If you look after that, that is going to be the king. That is what's going to help you, right? If you don't know how to do that, just comment down below. Just comment, hook me up, and I'll send it across to you, okay? Comment, hook me up, and I'll shoot you across the training that I have on the nervous system and how you can manipulate it really easily and really effectively, okay? On that note, guys, I'll leave you all to it. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out. If you don't have the nervous system training, just comment, hook me up down below, and I'll shoot it across to you. On that note, guys, have a wonderful evening. I'll speak to you soon.